What up, though?
What's going on?
Trash talk. I guess we can call this probably Breonna Taylor edition because this is definitely because we finally got the verdict today about what happened. They rioting right now again, so we back post pre-quarantine, I guess. Shit, was it pre-quarantine last right?
Nah, that was
Dawn.
That was during quarantine. The world stopped.
This was I mean,
It seems so long ago, right?
Because it was. The world has been moving so fast since the shutdown. I mean, you see look at this shit. You would have never imagined you watching ESPN and then you get a Black Lives Matter commercial.
Even you on like YouTube and shit now, like every other fucking like ad and stuff like that, it's Black Lives Matter or like vote or I'm like, God damn.
So the fact everything really just went haywire once George Floyd was murdered. Like we was all sitting down talking about Tiger King. That's his name, right? Tiger King.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was talking about Tiger King. Everybody talking about bullshit. Everybody talking about Ozark. Next thing you know, black man get murdered, and then shit just stopped. It just stopped.
People forgot about TV. Like on some 100.
TV was done.
Yo, yeah, it was a lot of shows that stopped the noise.
Yeah, you didn't have TV anyway.
I'm just saying, like, but you said Ozark and Tiger.
Yeah, so
like,
because that was just some bullshit to get your mind off of viruses. And then you see something that happens right in front of you, or not necessarily right in front of you, but you see it. And that's a real virus that ain't stopped since, 17? You did history, boy.
1619.
1619, yeah, I go 17. 1619. So that just zapped everybody right back into it. Right back into reality. Right back into reality.
So you speaking facts on that one.
Do you think, since they rioted, like I saw you, they rioting for Breonna right now, you think it's going to come back here? Yes, you think it's right back to the foot?
Potentially.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like you know, back in the day when Rodney King did what he did, it was just straight in LA. Mm-hmm. It wasn't any type of Facebook or no Instagram, no Twitter. Yeah, it was just like an isolation of anger. Mm-hmm. So they felt their anger. We felt it, not us particularly, because usually the Bucks wasn't here, but our old heads, they seen it, they heard about it, but it wasn't like that. It was on the news at a later time.
And it wasn't news every day, like probably how it was out there.
Yeah, because they feed your system too.
That's what I'm saying.
But anything that happened, you saw the video. You showed the video at the Barclays.
Right, just now, yeah.
Deep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how deep they were.
That's New York.
I'm saying that the Barclays had to be at least 5,000 people out there.
Visuals at least.
Yeah, especially in the Barclays too, because it's New York.
Visuals, like everybody.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, it's New York.
Yeah, it was stacked on. So I mean, to at least say 5,000, but at the same time, to at least say right now. Typically, what happens is it starts at the hub. Mm-hmm. So it will start in Kentucky. It will go all night. And then you wake up the next morning, and then it's crazy. Mm-hmm. But it's already under the surface right now.
It depends on the react. Like it depends on like if Louisville is at. I mean, cops just got shot in Louisville, so it's at a 10. Like I was saying, like it depends. Like remember earlier I said it depends on what Louisville happened. Like how
in Louisville, exactly.
But like we already know now at this point, cop got shot in Louisville. A couple weeks ago, the DOJ, not even a couple weeks ago, the DOJ just announced that Portland, Seattle, New York are domestic terrorist threats or something like that. Like those cities, anarchist cities. So Louisville is coming next. The whole implementation is already groomed. Like, nah, we gotta understand Bill Barr, Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, Daniel Cameron, like all these people sit in the room. Yeah. It's like how we sitting down right now.
Like
they sit. That's what they do. Yeah. That's what they've done. I mean, like I'll take it back. Only on a binge TV joint for a second, but I seen Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
You know the musical joint. I actually didn't like it. That's a different story for a different day. It was okay. It was a musical.
Okay.
Not named. It was a musical not named rap or some shit. It was okay.
Okay.
But they had a specific scene when Jefferson sat down with Alexander Hamilton, and he sat down with, I don't know, my history Adams or somebody like that.
And
they somebody. I don't remember my history, to be honest with you. That the slave history, the slaveholders,
That's our
I
history.
just kind of morphed them all together.
Yeah, that's not my
To
history.
be honest.
I don't be honest.
But they sat down in the room because Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, they literally hated each other. But they still sat down in the room and they finagled a backdoor deal to just help everybody, to help the country.
Yeah.
So, again, these things, they, like you said,
They have
Trump,
yeah.
McConnell, they sat down. Come on, what you think they doing? They trying to finesse something. They trying to think of a way to either ignite things faster, or maybe slow it down just a little
I
bit.
don't know what, and I really feel like I just said, like, told y'all where I'm at, man. I'm ready for it to happen anyway. Like, it's been overdue. So I feel like they trying to ignite, to be honest with you guys.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If shit shut down again, election shut down and all that other shit, bro. That's what niggas understand, like, bro.
But that's the thing, though. Like, let's say, yes, the election shut down. Like, just to go off of what you said, election shut down. So, boom, you never would have this if this was to happen. You know what I mean? You got November, no presidency. So you just rolled around. So that's what you thinking? That's your conspiracy theory hat? I ain't clowning. I'm
No,
dead ass.
but I feel like, no. I heard read some shit like if a country had like a time at war or some shit in a crisis, whoever is in,
whoever in charge stays in charge.
for
Yeah.
sure. So it's like, why not?
I mean, Roosevelt.
It's right, yeah, right there.
Roosevelt stayed president.
Whoever in charge,
for,
during the Depression and all that type of
Yeah,
shit.
Roosevelt stayed. He had what? 4 terms?
A couple more.
Yeah, 4 terms, I believe.
Yeah, more.
Did he?
Yeah, more than 2.
Yeah, it was 4 terms, and I don't know if the rule was implemented before him. I should have looked it up. I would have my phone to 10 minutes, but
It was before.
I think it was after. I'm not sure.
They probably like,
said
got
that
it,
it has
can't
to
keep winning,
be.
like.
Yeah, like come on, you can't be president during the Depression, World War II, blah blah blah. And the only reason that you out of office now is because you tapped out. Yeah, that's the only reason you out of office, because you tapped out. Otherwise, you would have stayed in there, and you know what I mean. God knows.
I read some shit. I forgot about it, right? But yeah, it says like during the time of crisis, war, whatever.
I mean,
Whoever,
it makes sense
whoever
to an extent, because you can't have people in disarray.
So whoever. So
There's
why,
certain things
why,
that
why
be
wouldn't
like-
Trump? Why wouldn't Trump want that? But
certain things that would be
I still think he'll
unconstitutional.
You think you gonna win?
I still think he'll win.
He got a good chance of winning, yeah.
But he gonna win though. It's not even. I'm not even. I know everybody voted die. And all, it's crazy because even white people over this nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't ask people on my list. Like pretty times they be talking crazy. I'm like, white people really over this nigga. I'm like,
I mean,
dang.
it's a certain sect of white people that vote.
And I know that, and that's what I'm
all
like.
white people don't
Nah,
vote for Trump.
Right.
Yeah. Regular motherfuckers, gentrified motherfuckers.
Not vote for Trump.
They don't vote for Trump.
I know that's a crazy.
Yeah, motherfuckers that vote for Trump is the
Poor white trash.
And the
the
poor,
poor white trash.
Older
That's
white man.
uneducated that don't know much
Yeah,
about
older
it.
white
poor
man.
white trash.
older white men for sure. Like old white men.
Most of them, yeah,
Yeah.
not all, but it's a solid. Most of them.
Mhm.
But I do know, in my dealings, it's a solid, solid group of older white men.
But he's getting more now because he's able to get to these cities like New York, Philly, Baltimore.
He was just here, bro. He posted the cheesesteak. I was mad as shit. I had to post it on my joint. I even posted the picture on Instagram.
But he's getting people that will be typically swing voters, igniting them to basically go against what's going on outside. You see what I'm saying? Like somebody that's
like,
poor white
That's
trash,
what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get the swing voters anyway.
poor white
That's why
trash.
you're a swing voter. The swing voter can go
change
this
it.
way here.
Mm-hmm.
2-3 years later, go a different way. Like he had a certain type of swing vote. That's how he was actually able to get in there.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry. These people aren't traditionally swing voters.
Explain that. Explain that.
So at the local and state level, these people will vote Democrat because, like, at the local and state level, this side they pour white trash in Philly. They're gonna vote Democrat. Everybody blue here allegedly. Not everybody, but majority. But Trump is igniting. What I'm saying is Trump has been able to ignite their white supremacy inside of them because he's on the same time.
I mean, he does.
Kind of put the battery.
But that's why I said, like, in Pennsylvania,
For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. But I'm saying in Philly,
but
Philly
in
per
Philly,
se.
like a northeast Philly,
Yeah,
Yeah,
northeast.
you right.
South
They
Philly,
racist.
in South Philly.
I
They
feel like
racist.
But those people,
They vote.
you would consider them
no,
swing?
those people, no, they're not swing. They vote them city and state. They city councilmen, they state reps,
They're them.
they state
But they
them.
still vote Republican
They might, depending on who it
That's a
is.
fact. I
And
agree.
then- and
like
that
when you work
person-
deep in Northeast, like I know, I can tell like when you go deep reviews, you can tell how people even looking at you. And
No, I mean
like,
the Northeast,
like red line road and all that type of
So
shit.
not even that far up though. Like it can get to a
You said South Philly, and I believe it.
South Philly.
I believe when you go to South Philly, they start parking cars to the side and all that.
Yeah,
type
when
shit.
you park on
Fishtown.
the street, Fishtown, you got some gentrification in Fishtown, but predominantly Fishtown. I would just assume, to be honest, I would assume predominantly Fishtown, even over the past 20 years, would be. I don't know the analytics. I'm not an analytical dude. I'm not a political dude, but
it just depends. But most of those areas, like they'll vote local.
I feel it.
And
I agree. I can see it.
Like, and then like they'll be like our coworkers, like they'll be cool with black. You know what I mean?
I know.
And the thing is, like, it'll be like blanket racism, but they wouldn't really understand that they racist. Cool, whatever the case may be. That's 2018, 2019, that's 2010, whatever. But now is that whereas you got black people being more prideful than ever to be black. Motherfuckers like,
They don't like that
snap,
shit.
like.
They don't like that shit. Yeah.
So now the reaction is,
Yeah.
oh, I see what he's saying. I see what this guy's saying on the TV. I see what Trump's saying. Now I want to follow up because I'm poor and ignorant. Because when you poor and ignorant, since you lack so much information, I mean, like,
of course. I mean, if you're poor and ignorant, like you said, you lack information. That means that you're easily not swayable. You know what I mean? You're easily manipulated.
It's a defense.
That's what he do. He go up
You don't have
there.
information.
He's like a wrestler. He's like a bad guy wrestler.
Literally,
That's literally
bro.
what he is.
He's the heel.
He's the number
Literally.
one heel for them. He's like we would look at Stone Cold like it was Stone Cold and shit. They dumbasses like, yo, Trump the shit. Trump go up there, he don't care. He poke out his chest and he do this and he do that. That's what he did. He first of all, he's in WWF. Vince McMahon is his homie. That's another story for a different day too. So fuck both of them. But that's all he ran his presidency on both times. His slogan now is "Make America
It's about
Great."
running the best campaign for him.
Wait, what? Make America Great?
That's how he wins. When they say he running the best
Well, he stole it
campaign.
from Reagan,
but he's not
Reagan
sure.
did the same shit. Reagan
like the
was
rest
Make America Great.
Like the reason why he's winning, he said the reason why he winning over these other motherfuckers, he know how to put a show on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a showman.
Remember he had a reality TV
He's
show
not
for
making
years.
spectacle of it.
He's always been a showman. He was in Home Alone 2. I can't even enjoy Home Alone 2.
Every time I see him, I didn't know that.
I'm like, dog, I can't even enjoy. I gotta stop at 1 now and
He was
then
a
skip
Little
the
Rascals
3.
for a little, you mean?
Oh,
He
damn.
was.
One of them 3 wasn't Little Rascals, y'all. Oh, but no, that's different.
That was a
Because he was,
cameo.
he was, no, he was wild. He was Waldo Aloysius. Waldo Aloysius' dad.
Yeah.
So Waldo Aloysius
Was representation of who?
And Trump is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I can still watch that.
It was representation
But-
of who?
Ain't that crazy? Every time, you mean?
But he was on Fresh Prince too, so it was like you can't say that.
I mean, but
Lou, that episode. I just seen it recently.
I mean, Will wasn't getting the staff on. He didn't have the power to get.
No, I can watch Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but that's why he's on Fresh Prince.
Nah, no, Will was on that drum. But I mean, niggas rappers in the 90s.
They say, I'm
They
black Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeezy,
Donald Trump.
Make the lump like Trump.
Donald Trump, bro.
Like, then I smoke a bump. Like, them niggas always did that shit. So,
Nah, cause he was
That's-
always known as
that's
being the
what I'm
richest
showing.
man.
That's why I said, but like he said, he's a showman. That's what
His
he know how to
pedigree.
be, bro. Like, and that's why I'm trying to tell niggas he's cool nigga, bro. Like,
You said
what
what?
you call him? We don't. The Democrat candidate is not that. He's not that.
well, Joe Biden's a weirdo. That's
That too. He already showed. He already.
Joe
Joe
Biden
we
is
not
a
even gonna
weirdo.
get in that. But I'm like, even
He's
just
a weirdo.
him, he don't got enough likability and all that for power.
Well, but they the same bull though. Joe Biden, both old, wrinkly old men that get up there and go like this. Neither one of them.
I wouldn't. That's crazy. 'Cause I don't even pay Biden attention. I actually watch
the same shit.
Trump funny as
Trump
shit.
is entertaining.
Yeah, he's funny as shit. That's crazy. I don't even know what Biden stands for and that shit, bro. Because I don't even believe him like as a candidate.
Biden stands for Obama's best friend.
Yeah,
That's
it.
how he
That's how
won the Democratic nomination. He won a Democratic nomination to say, "Hey, black people, remember Obama?
That's
I was
my
his
man.
best friend. That's my man."
I think that approach is what they come
And-
to find out it's not gonna work.
And that's
So like they trying to do more stuff now because
That's why they pulling it out. That was to get Bernie out of here.
that was to get Bernie
out of
those
here.
people.
Now that
those
they got Bernie
moderators.
out of here, now they can switch it up to be on some okay. Now I'm law and law and order is still Trump. I forget
But
Biden
that's-
doing. If you watch
Build
if you
America
watch Hulu,
back, build
yeah.
America back better.
Yeah, all that. Anyway, man, look.
But that
Y'all
would-
go ahead and go ahead. I'm about
That's
to
what
tap
made
out of
me
this conversation.
feel like
Fuck them.
why like you said, if they kind of same person, because that's what he said. Like that's how I feel like every time on YouTube, both of their campaigns is playing on the black vote, black emotion. Why the fuck do black people want to vote for what's going to them?
Well, that's because that's the black YouTube though. White YouTube
probably like
is
Trump
different.
On their joint,
no, they getting the Trump, but they getting a different advertisement. Different types of advertisement, like the dumb Trump.
So you think about Google?
The only reason I say that because I get Trump advertisements too. Yeah. And Trump advertisement is just Trump like sitting there like this, and then it's just fire in the background, like literally like the fucking 3-6 Mafia album cover. Yeah. So it's just fire and Trump just sitting there like, do you want to stop this burning? Yeah. Do you want to stop this madness? Vote Trump. And then he look at the camera, and then they just cut off. Like,
why ain't John be all this Black Lives Matters and all that? Like, bro,
yeah, he been dealing.
Bro,
see, that's what I'm saying.
I don't fuck with that shit.
So look, bro, somebody like me personally, for example, like somebody be marching and stuff like me. I think Biden and them not doing enough for people that's marching because they not able to appeal because they older black people that they got around them, so they don't really understand what's going on.
That's the whole point.
So like when they try to do those, like it's like. Put it like this, man. Black Lives Matter has become like not the actual slogan or movement itself, but the actual like
the meaning of it.
The meaning of it, like you just saying the phrase, it's become so it's like a catchphrase now. Like,
it's like just do it.
Yeah, man.
Like it's like no,
like,
seriously.
It's a point. Like I'm not even like you go to, I got like white people that I'm friends with or follow. You go, all you got like Black Lives Matter and they join.
Yeah.
Listen. We all live in Philly. We all from the west, southwest area. Some of them was gentrified shit.
Now.
Now of course. But if you ride down any block, you gonna see somebody, a house
with a Black Lives Matter sign,
and guess what? They gentrifiers.
Yeah.
Ain't no black person. You got Black Lives Matter.
Fuck no. I don't got Black Lives Matter shirt.
I got no Black Lives Matter nothing. I know that Black Lives Matter. Black Lives more than matter. They more than matter. But they like, look, hey, I'm cool. I'm cool with y'all.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
I just want y'all to know that.
This is me telling y'all like
is that
to a certain
is that not offensive? That's what I'm trying to say because I feel like it's fake.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like a mask. It's like you said. It's like it's like y'all cool.
Yes.
But y'all really don't fuck with us for real. Like that's
100%.
Yes. I can't.
Okay.
I would say it's in a scenario where it's though like I would say individuals because I've met individuals where it's though like
it's still even the ones that's super passionate. You killing me. I'm like.
It's a lack.
Yeah, we just say you already know.
Pause real fast. I got pause. One reason I say this because I guarantee Nida will probably call. Hold on, be in a minute. But she on some shit. Hold on, give me a second.
You think something's right there?
Cause I'm like, yo, we doing all this shit. What if they didn't record everything? It actually did not stop. All right. Fuck it. Somebody got edited.
They got edited.
You can just cut that out.
Yeah. All right. I'm just saying. Anybody?
It's really just it's really an understanding thing. Like I think what it is that some of those people they want to get and understand. And what happens? Some, not all, because it is people out there like this. I'm trying to take advantage of this situation.
40 and under. I say 37 and under.
Yeah, they really understand.
I just the age.
You 37 and under. Yes, age 37 and under. They want to.
Yeah.
38 and up.
I'm not sure.
They pandering.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're pandering.
But it's also then is understanding, and then also too you gotta understand these people they have obtained information
to understand stuff. Man.
To understand it in a realm that, let's say for example, like most people from our culture don't know the stuff that happened to us or understand political systems and theories. So since we don't understand political systems nor theories, then we don't
need them to do
then, so they're like, wait a minute, I'm looking at a democracy, I'm reading the Constitution, I'm like, hold on. That doesn't make sense. Why do they treat people like that? Us already realizing that, like, yo, we know that y'all not, forget the Constitution, like, you shouldn't even be doing this. So I'm saying, like, their outlook is a little different. They gotta understand it.
I know why we just like that. Right, so
we gotta have a communication with them so that they can be able to.
I presented this question to some homies. I know you probably. I have mixed feelings about it still too. How do you feel like when a white person, white people, like brother call you brother? No, real shit. They do that to black men. Like yo, what's up, brother? Like they say brother, like you know.
Oh no, I'm an activist. Nobody don't do no shit like that.
They do that, bro, to white people all the time. But they feel like it's out of respect.
Like it depends on.
They like you know how the brothers. They might be talking to you. You know how the brothers get or something like that. Like I'm like. but they don't really.
I can't pinpoint a moment if I say that if it would have happened, but I can see it happen.
I could.
Cause they can, cause depending on where, like certain areas too, they say brother and they don't give a fuck. Like a person from a white man from Louisiana might say brother.
And I might
they just mean it.
Yeah,
like,
they
they
might
just
be chatting.
mean man.
Yeah, like certain people from down south, they
man,
do talk a
they'll say
little
what's up,
different.
brother. But a person from up here, it depends on how they say
That's what I'm saying. Like,
how you feel about
Like it could be a scenario where it's like brother, like you like.
No, that's different though.
like
But
child,
that's different.
that's
They
what
might,
I'm saying, like-
if they just come in on something, yo, what's up, brother? What you want to say?
That's different.
If they just slide it in, they just saying it because it's just flowing.
But am I like, is you calling me brother because I'm black, or you use that?
But what if it's, that's what I'm saying, it's like,
I
you don't know.
You never-
So you talking about a random motherfucker.
I don't live for the ride.
But that's why when
Yeah, great
when I see
conversation.
a black man, I say, yo, what's up, guy? That's
You have a
how
good conversation. Like,
that
you know,
shit.
something like, seem like you're a white boy, like you say he understands shit, but we have a great conversation. We probably talking about some real life shit. When he got out of the car, he like, have a good day, brother. I'm like, the way it hit, I'm like, nigga, you saying it because I'm black, or are you really calling me your brother? Like,
I think it's both.
It could be, and then another thing.
and that's all it is. I'm like, that's really a good question. I just
I
want to
think
know.
it's
Like,
both.
Another, my bad, but
No,
another
go ahead.
thing too, like just like, and this is something like, like I don't even want to bring this up, but like sometimes what happens is with like, they'll meet people and they'll be like, oh, so he a cool boy. So like they'll be like, this is bro. See, but the thing is like,
You're saying that they base their perception of black people on that one person as opposed to the whole group?
nah, so like they'll have somebody might have a perception of black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as we know, there's different types of black people. But when you meet the type, as you would say, like in the movies, like, oh, he's a cool bull. So you're like this, oh, brother. But what I'm saying to y'all is though, like, now what happens is you got.
I know what you're saying, but I'm like,
So look,
Say it.
I'm trying to break the scenario down because it's like, boom. So you said you was in the lift, right? So you cool boy, you in the lift, you talking, you probably playing good music in the wheel. So you're like, oh, this is a cool boy. This reminds me of someone that I've seen on television.
That's what I'm looking
So
at.
now,
Big Sean.
nah, I'm not saying that. So now in that person's mind, they like, oh, I bet. I could probably slip up. Not saying if they is or if they ain't
It wasn't,
going on the
I'm
heinous act.
not trying to be racist. He wasn't trying to be racist.
But
I'm
you
like,
can slip being cool in there. I'm not, because like you set, not saying you set the
You set
vibe
the-
cool,
you set
but
the-
you had the vibe. Now you feel me? Like I said, I've never been in those situations like that because some might say me on the type of time like I'm a quote unquote uppity nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So whereas they would like, oh, he cool, but for some reason like this guy's he's serious or like he's like it's a question mark. They really don't understand because they're like, well, I don't know if he's like the regular type that I see on TV or is he like this type that I see.
That's crazy.
So and it's like,
No, but that's life though.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like we talking about this. I see a lot of white boys. Like I might see a white boy with his head on backwards, right? And I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Like I might tap in and he's like, oh, he a cool white boy that play
see what
baseball.
I'm saying?
But
He not even.
what type of white boy that play baseball?
Facts.
Is he a cool white boy that play
Right.
baseball?
Or is
Or is he a douchebag white boy that play baseball that was the entitled motherfucker? Or a white boy with a hat on the front? I'm like, oh, what's up, white boy with the hat on the front? How you feeling?
And we do that though. Like that's like we
No,
see.
I say white boy too. I say white boy too, white boy.
That's like we see a cool Chinese boy though. Like,
Yeah, like I say, like, yo, you a cool ass white boy.
Another lift. Okay, another lift.
Uh-huh.
Go back to let's go with the Spanish community. You know, we fight the Spanish community is black community. I don't care. I really don't separate the two. Me personally, some people do whatever. Like
we like real good cousins.
we really, it is what it is. It is.
Yeah. No,
It's just that some of them separate themselves.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's why I say we like real good
So-
cousins.
so
So we
look.
want to be on that. All right.
Yeah, and that's what it be.
Some
So
of them, not all.
Not all.
no,
Some of them.
So
some
I had
of
two of them. They from Badlands on two Dominican bulls. They lighter. They not darker Dominican niggas. They lighter. You can tell they Dominican. They get in the car. I think they reading at first. They didn't know we Dominican. Like they talking about some street stuff. They say nigga. So I'm like nigga. So
That's how they
That's
talk.
how they talk.
Because they so.
But it's like, as a black person, I'm looking like, are you
As an
Are you-
African American
as an
male,
African-American,
I understand that.
Are
See,
you
that-
one of them? Do you separate yourself between being a black person and a Spanish person, or do you really feel like you're part of the
And
culture?
that's
Like,
different too, because like personally, I might be wrong. Me, if you are of
Spanish
Latino
descent?
descent,
Mhm.
I don't like when Latinos say that.
They black.
Right.
See, nigga.
Personal.
Oh, me either.
Personal,
Me either.
just me.
Right.
Me, but some of them, I can understand why they do it because they don't separate themselves.
Right.
They really don't.
Such
Yeah.
as a Fat Joe.
Some of
Fat
them.
Joe
Or
definitely.
Like,
something
really
like
don't.
that.
They really don't.
They don't
They
separate
like talk about black
themselves.
shit.
Yeah. They just they have their Spanish culture
Mhm.
that they're proud
That's
of,
we like. That's
and
like
they
yeah,
can also
Jamaican or African
have
culture.
the black African American culture.
Because they identify with the larger diaspora because they want to be accepted into
Because
not
that's-
because they, I mean
they
because the
identify
facts.
with they identify what they should
Yeah.
identify with.
Now the ones that
I
don't,
The ones that
So that's
don't.
something like when
and the
they
ones
in the
that
car,
don't be
like,
still doing
I didn't. So I didn't
Yeah.
vibe from like the niggas, but I'm like, it was like you said, it'd be cringy sometimes.
Yeah.
You do hear people up at the sex. We know as African Americans, like, do you more associate? Which side do you really associate with?
Yeah.
Are you with
Or
both?
like even if you associated, like yeah, that's the thing. Like this is, and that's their life. We don't have to deal with that.
Yeah,
And that's
hard.
that's a good
That's
thing
another
too, because that's really something that they have to
Identity
deal around
crisis.
with just like a black a man that have like a white mom and a black dad. You gotta rep the black
Right.
for sure.
'Cause you have a black
Yeah,
dad.
But
choice.
you also have to kind of
Understand that you.
you wouldn't necessarily have to embrace fully. If you Spanish, you better speak Spanish. You better
Yeah.
embrace that side too.
You gotta
But if
realize
you're
that.
white, if your mother is white, you still gotta embrace her folks. You gotta J. Cole, like you have to.
Yeah.
But like that's
And you might, like I say, you might even feel weird sometimes. Say you're a darker Mexican, you might even feel weird being at family events and shit sometimes and shit.
Yeah.
For real. Like,
no, this is a fact.
you know what I mean? So
This
like,
is a fact.
that's
Colorism is definitely a
That's
thing.
it deep.
though.
That's something. It's definitely deep.
Especially in the Caribbean and the Spanish speaking.
Yeah, he and the Irish,
things like
yeah,
that.
and he because but it's deeper than just it's the color that's deep, but it's just so much history that they
Yeah, it's
have
a
with it.
sociological shit.
It's
Sociological.
just on some, to an extent, house nigga, feel nigga, like we were saying here, to a small extent, not to a small extent, but to that extent, it gets deep sometimes. It
No,
gets deep
yeah.
with or Japanese and the Chinese, like certain things is just so deep that unless you in it, sometimes you don't understand.
That's why you usually gotta be like, yo, let's try.
Like you know Zoe, the red Zoe that went to
Yeah.
He says nigga all the time, bro. But it's like nigga, you grew up with.
Let me be honest, I don't know who he is, but
No, he's Spanish. He's Spanish. He's Spanish.
Okay.
So it's here, Spanish boy. He say nigga all day, every day,
and
all
you say he
day.
grew up with
But it
y'all.
don't
He
even hit.
grew
But
up
it
in the
don't.
black,
But
he
it
grew
don't
up in
even.
the culture.
I don't cringe when you do it. You know, like, you know
Right,
what
he
I'm
said
saying?
that too, probably when y'all
His wife
was
black.
10,
His wife black.
and y'all
all
ain't
that shit,
keep
like,
it,
you guys
11,
black.
12,
See what I'm
like,
saying?
he's
Like-
been saying it for years.
Mhm.
It was cool for years. It wasn't doing something he just came in out the blue and seen him as
Right.
a grown man, like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Like, no, he was just, it just flowed out, it just flowed when he was like 12,
Oh, yeah.
13, 14, he was just saying it because that's who he was around. Now, sometimes that's excuse, because you might have a white boy.
Nah,
I just
oh
said,
my God.
You know Ani?
I know a scenario.
What's
like
that?
that.
Who?
Ani.
Yeah.
She kept posting that joint talking about like Spanish people and all this shit. And I'm like, she got a kind of point. I'm like, it's like, do we check them or do we not? It's like I don't feel that way, but some people might feel that way.
It's definitely that
But
you can't.
white people, I know. Am I wrong for being an advocate of them? Like, bro, I had to say I adopted a white kid, bro, and he's raised in here, right here. You think he's not going to say nigga, bro?
Yeah, he
He
is.
say nigga to him all day at the basketball court. He did this today. He gonna like, y'all niggas is
When
true.
those
And it probably come out natural. And you be
when
like,
they
I
grow up
see
in the
this.
culture. So when they grow up in the culture, they get a cultural understanding, the ideology. So
but
it's
is
like,
it still cool?
nah, it's not
I'll
cool
say
outside of that community. Yeah,
It's
like,
not cool, yeah. Like
like-
you said, that could, they have to
yeah, they
know.
cool with it.
But
You can't go everywhere just saying it because like you might get punched.
when I grew up,
Okay,
when I
you
grew
gotta
up,
know
it was a
if you were in the
specific.
family. Like,
When I grew up, it was a specific white family, white,
Mhm.
like redneck white, no
they
disrespect.
hood, little hood white people. I love hood white people. They be funny.
Pink,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Pink skin,
Yeah, that's how
hair.
hood white family.
Your oldest brother could hoop. You know what I mean? It was all of that. You know what I mean? But they still never said it
Some people don't even
because they just
Nah, some people
knew. Like they just even like if they said it, it was on some.
Oh my bad.
No,
Like mad, that's
That's
some
wrong.
serious shit.
Right.
They
if I said it,
like,
it's
yo,
like
niggas
all
is
right.
tripping. Like, yeah, like
Let's
that's
go.
when you get mad,
It's
they're like,
time
yeah,
to
hey,
roll.
what the fuck is y'all niggas on?
Yeah.
And I'm
Like they would say it.
but they not
What the
mad.
fuck is y'all
They'll call white person niggas.
niggas doing?
They'll call
Like
white.
they was alright.
They'll call a white person.
We got the rumble.
They'll call a white person nigga. That's what you're saying. Like,
No. Well, I didn't know because there was no other white people.
He said
around.
it was the extreme.
Like they was the white folks in the black community.
Okay.
They was the probably only white family.
So they
were indoctrinated with brothers, sisters. They was around, but they never said their mother, daughters, sons. They never said niggas.
Like, yo,
unless
it was time to turn.
It was time to rumble. If they said they knew if they said the word nigga, it was time to rumble.
I actually want to stop saying nigga something.
That word is.
I understand that too. I hear you, Richard Pryor. I be trying to do the same thing.
I know I do too.
I only say
king, you know.
Like when you talking about like several people,
yeah.
like you don't want to like saying names.
That's what I say. And but that woman get offended when I say what's going on. I'm like, I'm not trying to, but I'm like, y'all say niggas all day, and I'm like, it's not the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like that word.
It's not the same, but it
it's not the same, but it is the same. Like yeah, I don't say. Cause that's the thing too.
I'm like, I ain't call you like.
You won't say, but that's the thing though. Like, let's say you're around a group of women that you don't know. You ain't just gonna say it.
Damn, who these bitches?
Yeah, you ain't. Who y'all bitches?
But they can say who these niggas though.
They really can, or if they do, they disrespect. But if they do,
but even if they do, ain't nobody going.
Ain't nobody gonna
be like,
ain't nobody gonna wild out.
Yeah,
but if I see that they're like, all right, they the type of, then I say they the type of bees that's disrespectful because I don't say the word nigga. I only say niggas because I don't say the word nigga unless I'm being disrespectful.
Right.
If I see you, I say, yo, what's up, cuz? What's up, guy? What's up, cuz? What's up? I never say, what's up, my nigga? But if somebody cut me off while I'm driving across the street, this nigga right here, this right here, like that's when I say it, and I know it's a disrespectful term, so I say it in a disrespectful term. So if I say it that way, and I grew up on it, if I hear somebody else outside the culture say it, I'm gonna have to kind of think the same thing. I really can't think anything differently because that's what I do.
Right.
Like I've been in the car with my daughter who's 6. I'm not condoning this. I don't want anybody else to do this necessarily. But I say, man, this nigga. But then I say, but that's because he blah, 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 blah. If somebody treating you good in school, you know what I mean? Like but that's dumb. But I'm just saying, that's my thought process when I say the word. I try not to say the word. Like you said, you try to take out your vocabulary. I've tried to do it. I've also tried to take salt out my diet. But at the same time, I'm still eating seafood and putting seasoning salt on my chicken every night. So I don't know. It's tough to cut out.
Nah, it is tough.
It's tough to cut out.
And you know, I mean, that's speaking facts.
That's what I definitely had to ask y'all just to see what y'all.
No, I mean it's everything is deep. Everything it's a lot of things, but like you said, man, to tap back in with Brianna, do we think? Of course, nobody knows what's gonna happen. We're gonna find out for sure in the morning. We're gonna find out for sure about Friday. Yeah, I said we're gonna find out for sure in the morning. We're gonna find out for sure about Friday. Yeah, and then of course it's gonna work its way out. But you know the saying, no justice, no peace.
Facts.
And then there's no peace, and people say y'all gotta relax. You can't have both ways. You can't.
There's no relaxing in this scenario.
No, it's been a skillion scenarios.
No, I'm saying no, it's been a billion scenarios. I'm saying like this scenario, like not the scenario of her not being, you feel me? I'm saying like
you saying the build up of the last 100
like
years?
Yeah, like I think like the people that's on the streets, like
it's on some shit.
Because people was
on
marching
on the streets.
Right.
I'm talking about the people that's not on the streets. The people that are the people on the streets always ready to go. Like you were saying, Fred Hampton been ready to go. He had thousands ready to go.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's not what it would. It's not what it should be.
You gotta remember, like you said though, the streets is like you said. This is the difference though.
The street is a different representation of the streets now.
It's the difference. The camera, bro. It's the difference.
Well, it's always been. What you mean by different representation of the streets?
I feel like as far as like the different people we talk about in the 60s, and it's gonna happen in the 20s real soon because you just started. These agendas that have been being pushed, they haven't been coming from black mouths. They've been coming from people.
Yeah, these ones.
They
matter.
No, I'm saying.
Or do you mean in the 60s?
Nah, in the 60s it was black voices.
Not all the voices.
Not all of them, nah.
But there's a lot of voices that started as black voices. And then they got manipulated, same as Black Lives Matter.
But I'm not
even
saying that per se. I'm just saying as far as like when you talking about like the foundation of like those agendas that was being pushed, like the primary agenda would be, all right, bet black people, poor people, working, we need jobs, right? So we talking about like a group that you can like lump sum everything in, like black people cool, they poor. Black people also don't have jobs, and black people have women. So you talk about civil rights, you're like, all right, cool. But then even like the black agendas that was getting pushed, like you got the nation, you got the Black Panthers, you got different groups out there. All right, so you got black agendas. Now what I'm saying is like Black Lives Matter was a black agenda when it first started. It's not a black agenda. Like, it's a black. It's really what it is a black cloud in the fall. Whereas that fall,
it got to do a lot with a whole bunch of other different rights.
I'm not disagreeing. It's a bunch of different things. But out of that fog in the 20s is what I'm telling y'all is like you're gonna start to see different people coming on different movements out of that fog. The fog is just the mainstream.
Okay. What I would say is I would hope so.
I hope so.
No, this is one of the reasons I say that. Because like you said, you had the black Muslims, you had SNCC. First of all, you got SNCC. You had
King organization. I can't remember the name of it, but King organization.
Christian leadership.
Yeah, Bio Wrestling, Ace Randolph.
But then you had other random shit that we probably don't even know of. And then at the same time, eventually, it was a lot of small. And then things branched off. Of course, you can't stay like this. If you can at least stay like this. You know what I mean? 3, if you can, when you got, but you gotta stay as unified as you possibly can.
That's what I'm saying. They was unified on black.
They were.
That's it. But everything else wasn't unified with like a lot of it's not even unified.
It's more unified now.
No. It's not. It's unified on black, but it's not unified for black. It's unified on black, but not unified for black.
Okay. I mean, today, correct?
Today, yeah. So like it's unified beyond like, oh no, we gotta help black people.
So, but you're saying you feel like out of the smoke that there's gonna be some black.
It's gonna be black agendas being created in people's brain.
Fuck this Black Lives Matter shit.
I mean, not fuck Black Lives Matter per se, but it's just gonna be some shit like it's gonna be some shit where people be like, wait a minute, all right, bet police brutality. That's definitely something we gotta tackle. This is something that was definitely but people was on that. But the mind is like, wait a minute. But I also remember growing up. You start thinking about yourself and your black family and start thinking about black needs. It's like, you got a lot of black needs, but
the mind is there though, but we talking about action now.
Nah, and that's why
that's what you
and that's where guys like me come
There you go. So the mind is there. The mind, like you saw, is doing about it, bam, bam, bam. That's there. Now it's about the action.
Yeah.
It's all about the action at this point. It's all about, it's been about the action for real. But specifically, it's about the action because
you don't want no more soapboxes.
What else is going to change? What else can our Sharpton do but get up there and say the same thing that he's been saying for 40 years?
Yeah.
What else can, a lot of these guys, even what they, who they call, I seen, maybe it was even Dre that called the boy King, the light-skinned boy King. They call him a professional protester or something. When is the protesting going to stop?
No, the protesting going to keep going. That's
not stop. But when is?
We just not going to have the protest.
Not just protest, but and again, not disrespecting people in past because there's been a lot of people, a lot of organizations, a lot of specific individuals that have been putting in the legwork to try to stop the spread of not just, of course, police brutality, but oppression, racial oppression for years. So you're saying at this point you feel like the individuals, the Avengers, so to speak, is ready to start. So Thanos is coming.
People is like, let me make sure I get my. People is like, let me get my groups, right? And I'm gonna get my groups and we gonna do this. Let me get my groups, we gonna do this. It's happening nationwide under the cloud of BLM. See, BLM, they have like an organization nationwide.
Yeah.
And they have branches and chapters. And I think what they're doing is cool and effective. However, when you start talking about I'm saying it's cool. I'm not listening.
Well,
I ain't listen.
You can never disrespect them because without them,
we wouldn't even have
I'm saying the women that started that, the black women that started Black Lives Matter, they literally the term Black Lives Matter. So fuck with the term, but the organization itself. Now I know they have things different, talking about what you call it, the neutral family or shit, like
All
they
that
saying,
stuff.
like they might have went, but can't nobody ever say,
We can't discredit them.
you can never do that. You can't,
Because people do that.
And
People
people
do
will
that.
do that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't do that
People try to
because
discredit King to this
they
day.
started shit.
Yeah.
They
You
did
might
this
not finish the shit, but if
Right.
you start this
And that's
shit, you
exactly-
gotta say, cool.
We did.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
said-
this
We
baton.
got it, and we gonna.
I'm
That's why when I say Black Lives Matter,
you can't never say,
it's a cloud.
oh, that's a baton. That shit
Yeah,
out of
man.
here. No.
It's a cloud. Like they really just putting
No,
everybody else in the game.
It's an umbrella. It's like an umbrella.
Yeah.
You know how if a regular was, nigga,
I-
MLG's under
That's
Universal and shit.
what, but that's what I'm saying. I
That's
could
what it
say
is,
it's
though.
like that, but it's like it's a connector piece when you got like that. It's like these organizations gonna come out of this. They're not gonna be connected with them. They're gonna be on their own timing. You understand? Yeah. They're gonna be coming with agendas and different things. They say, well, wait a minute. Is police brutality the worst thing that's going on in my neighborhood and in my household and in my family?
Yeah, that's it. I know. That's how you think. All right, you know.
That's how most black people was thinking. Like most black people that's from the other America is thinking like, police brutality definitely is crazy. I don't like cops either, but wait a minute.
It's way.
That's the whole thing. Like that's when we talking about they put the signs up. You gotta understand, it's not one thing. You don't stop. You don't say, all right, stop this. Okay, how? No, you have to stop all of this. You have to be done with all of this bullshit so that we can finally just live. We can finally just be. We can finally just reach our full potential, which we've been.
Sure.
Well, again, because we reached it before. But, you know, it's
No, I'm saying for
years
sure,
ago.
though. That's what
Yeah.
so we can really
But
reach our
just
full
get back to
potential.
this. Do what we gotta do and then take the fucking signs down. Stop putting on the show.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Get right to it.
I mean, I think we got a long way to go.
We do.
Because we ain't got enough, like I said, we ain't got enough black people with enough black thought. So if people ain't got that black thought, they're not being able to produce black agenda. If you can't produce the black agenda, then, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
You're going to be following another
but that's
agenda.
the thing. That's been like from the impetus of this shit. Like even when WEB used to go against Booker T.
Yeah.
Like it's never been like that's the thing. Sometimes black people like, oh, we're not unified now.
Yeah.
There's never been. You're never going to get 90%.
Complete.
I think
Fuck 100%. You're never going to get 90. You're never going to get 80.
I think the most unified black friends in this country has ever been is the nation.
Maybe.
It depends.
I mean, as far as like you talking
That's
about
how you
black,
look at it.
you talking about as far as black
That's how you look at it.
ideology, black agenda, and then black organizations.
I mean, well, no, the nation itself.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you have other entities outside the nation that don't think on the same accord. All right. So you first of all, the nation itself. It's a black organization, but it's also a black Muslim organization, right?
So it's misogynist.
No. Well,
Well,
that's,
I mean,
forget
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But that's a black Muslim. Most black Americans
It's
are
Christian.
Right. So
That's
at
another
that
thing.
point-
So
we gotta say that for another
outside of that,
That's
so
another
you
thing.
even if you say, you know what, Farrakhan, I'm messing with you, or even just black
I eat pork.
organization, whatever. It's
I eat
never
pork.
it's never going
Yeah.
it's never
Because
ever
I
going to be
believe
the
damn near
same.
probably almost all they probably, you know what I mean, they values.
Look,
and shit.
everybody
Like,
do
like,
everybody
I
do
eat
these
pork.
things. That's why all I say is personally, all the religious stuff, peace guy.
That's what he said.
Peace
Like,
guy.
me too.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they're the only ones per se like that had it like, but the religious thing, it kind of.
But that's the thing.
It took away.
That's their main
that's
foundation.
That's what I understand.
So
It take away
everything
from-
else is great.
But it
But
take away.
because of that
It
foundation,
take away from thoughts.
it's
Everything
so
else.
many
Yeah.
Christians. It's so
Yeah.
many. It's black Jews.
Yeah.
It's black non-conformists.
It's
or
black
whatever
people
you
that's
call it.
atheists. Like,
Yeah,
real
black
shit.
atheists that would never tap into the Muslim agenda.
And they might like what he's saying. They might
but
like
they
what they're
won't
saying.
really put their heart. They
because
won't
he's
put
Muslim.
nothing into it.
Just because he's Muslim.
He a Muslim.
Mhm.
He a Muslim.
Yo, when they say Muslim,
So
I'm
then,
like,
you know what I mean?
That makes perfect sense. Like, that's actually that's perfect
Look.
sense. Like, perfect sense, bro.
Brothers, we ain't get a chance to talk about no ball.
That was a good joke though.
We ain't no music. Ain't, to be honest, ain't no music. Ain't
Out
no,
right now, it's just-
ain't no. This has been the driest ass year
it's dry.
of music.
It's
Nigga,
dry.
like it's been like 2, 3,
Mad
5
Deluxes.
years.
Yeah, it's dry. I'm tired of that too.
What?
Deluxe albums keep coming out. And all that.
Yeah, well, cause what else? I mean, there ain't shit else to do. But we ain't get a chip, but you can always talk that sports bullshit. You know what I mean, my guy. But again. It was just too much going on, too much that was really on the frames. Again, it started with Breonna Taylor. We always going to keep her. You know, well, she was the one down, but I feel like in terms of women dealing with the issue, of course,
it started with
Sandra Bland.
Mm-hmm.
So Sandra Bland, she still hasn't got her justice.
Fact.
So Breonna Taylor hasn't got her justice. And then, like you said, the boy was over. And then when it's gonna work.
And that's one thing I can agree. You know, with black women, they saying like as far as the protection,
they don't
get that shit.
They don't get it from the white man, of course. But to be honest, we gonna tap man. They don't get it from black. Not like they should. Not all black.
Not all. Yeah.
We ain't gonna say something. We can definitely
being the vast majority.
But
like,
the vast majority of black men don't. Like I told y'all before. I called Nyla, who's my daughter. If anybody.